First of all, an email from a P1 listener who heard us talking about Andy Griffith. And he had an interaction with Andy Griffith long ago at Figure 8 Island, North Carolina, which, if you don't know, that's very high. The real estate there is unbelievably expensive.
Oh, yes.
Very private area. And this guy had been there for a hurricane. He was in the military. And
he was National Guard.
National Guard and protecting people after a hurricane had gone through. And Andy Griffith drove a golf cart out there and said, "Why the hell are you here? And get the hell off my property," and gave him the finger. And so our guy said, "Golly, I idolized this guy, on the sitcom, and then he treated me like that in the 30 seconds that I knew him." He was known to be prickly, as Chris Demm said.
He was.
And Dave looked that up.
Yeah, when I was listening to the first part of the show, rare.
Really, his radio broke.
I looked at.
What happened?
It's no radio in my office.
When did it get stuck?
Is there a radio in your office?
I thought you'd been in the car.
I don't have a radio or a phone in my office. Do you?
Well, I've got two phones, but only one works.
I have a phone on a counter below that's unhooked and has been for 3 years. Anyway, yes, I was listening, and he said the 1990s, and they shot Matlock, probably 3 to 4 seasons in Wilmington.
Okay.
And figure eight's, 20 minutes, 25 minutes away.
And he had the means.
Yeah, he's not much of a renter, I don't think. I think if he wants something, he probably buys. And if you're going to buy on figure eight.
You don't think he rented a condo down there?
No, I don't think he had something out there
over at Shell Island
on Wrightsville Beach.
That's why I was so surprised to see Dabo Sweetie down at Myrtle.
Yeah.
Oh, at the big condo.
At the high rise. Diesel's in-laws had a place in a high rise, and we were there for White Boy Weekend.
Yeah, right near the Apache Pier.
That's right.
It was late in the afternoon, wasn't it?
About 4.
Y'all had been
imbibing.
Yes.
And we stumbled up toward the pool. And
there's a dude in a Clemson hat.
Look, it's a Clemson hat. That's Dabo.
But you not only did he have a Clemson hat on, he had like a Clemson shirt on. And
in South Carolina.
That's right. And he was writing on a piece of paper. And it's like, oh.
Nobody writes in South Carolina.
He must be scouting that kid in the pool.
The job never stops.
Not for Dabo. In the middle of
you want to win national championships? This is when you pay.
So we pressed our faces against the wrought iron and pointed at him and said, "That's Dabo."
Had he just won, or was he about to win?
He was about to win.
Okay.
This was a couple of years before the national championships, but my friend Diesel said, "That's Dabo Sweeney." And I said, "You GD right, it is." Look at him.
Just like that.
It's obvious. I was like, Dabo. But he never turned up. I mean, big celebrity like that.
Yeah.
Sure. You can go to Myrtle Beach like that.
Leave him alone, There's I'll let you think of this. The most iconic Christmas movie character all time. Think about that. Think of who you think it is. Because I was surprised at what came out on top in a survey of people. The most iconic Christmas movie character all time. Also,
excluding S. Claus?
Excluding Mr. Claus. Yeah, right. Mr. Claus did
Chris
not.
Kringle.
No. Think about everybody. For instance, I mean, you could say Kevin McAllister from Home Alone,
right?
If you wanted to,
The Grinch,
or you could say The Grinch. Exactly. Who's number one on that list? But we also, in the first hour of this program, this is probably before Dave was listening. It was early. One of the lead stories today is Billie Eilish, the singer, talking about her terrible relationship. She's opening up about basically a porn addiction that she had when she was very young, and she's watched porn for a long time, and so it's like destroyed parts of her brain, and how difficult it is for her to now get away from that. And it has become such. It's so easy to get. I told that story of a guy I know who he has an office where you go to get a procedure to reverse erectile dysfunction, and he says 25-year-old guys come in there and they can't perform with their girlfriends because they're so addicted to porn.
And we should point out he can't fix that. That's a psychological.
That's not his thing. That's right. This is it. He fixes it for guys, who want to be more.
That's right. He works on mechanics.
Yeah, that's right. He's hardware.
Right.
That's software.
Their issue is more software.
And a P1 said, "You've had some experience with porn in the workplace."
Years ago, I used to work for a soft drink vendor in Durham. Mm-hmm. We had a little guy that was sort of best buddies with a boss man, and they smoked cigarettes out on the front stoop together. Mm-hmm. So me and another coworker run up with a sales guy who sold magazines. He would give us all the magazines, but he had to rip the cover off the front of them so he could get credit for them.
Oh,
so we got the pornographic gay magazine called Trickety. Mm-hmm. And
how you spell it?
We stuffed them underneath the front seat of the guy's pickup truck. So him and the boss man went out to eat lunch one day and hit the brakes, and the magazine slid out in the floorboard. So the big boss man looked over at the guy and asked him, was there something else he needed to tell him?
And I'm sure he denied it. He said, I don't know how those got there.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Good.
That is a great story.
What's it called? Crickety?
Trickety.
Trickety.
Trickety dickety.
That guy tells a story. That's a great storytelling.
That's how he does. That's how you do it.
A great story.
What kind of porn was she addicted to? Did she say?
Videos.
Just videos, but we don't know what
because she came of it. No, she just said she'd look them up. Probably RedTube or X-Hub or porn. All these.
Well, you have to go back in your own files.
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, kids that are in their
RedTube's pretty obscure.
RedTube and all those other ones. Pornhub. They've got all these.
You don't have to work for it anymore like we used to. Go look for magazines and dig through drawers, and then you have to try and balance it on your knee.
You don't need.
It's hard to do.
You can go to trickety.com now. You don't need Trickety.
That's all over.
You don't need that. Speaking of, the technology. This is Chris Demm has told us on numerous occasions that he would love to watch Netflix shows, but he doesn't know how.
I'd love to see the Beatles. I would love to see the new South Park, but I can't.
I said to him, did he see this controversial Dave Chappelle comedy? He said, what are you talking about? How can I?
It's on Netflix.
How could I possibly see that?
It's abysmal.
He has to wait for his wife to come home and
feed him. And then turn the TV on for him.
Here's your porridge. Thank you.
Here's your blanket for your knees.
Can I watch the Beatles? No, that's too stimulating.
You've got bed in an hour. Bed and bath.
Afghan over his knees.
That's right. Very FDR.
Just gets a little taste of something here and there. But no, the Beatles are too much for him. He can't. He's overcome. Now, someone has recorded their older mother who has she has a personal device, the Alexa. That
we have to be careful when we say it.
This woman says
we
it
wake
too.
up machines all across the country.
This lady says it too. She's trying to get it to play her favorite TV show.
Alexa, CW Network, please.
I couldn't find CW Network.
Well, where can I watch the Waltons at?
Here's what I found.
No, that's cartoons. That's SpongeBob. I don't want cartoons.
She wants the Waltons, which
you'd have to explain it to them after they made a mistake, do you?
No,
I don't have one.
Are they that? I've never used one of these devices. Are they that intelligent? No, SpongeBob. I want the Waltons.
SpongeBob.
No.
You have to explain yourself.
You know what I always do when I'm talking with the one on Apple is I say please and thank you. I say
thank you too.
I always
and
do.
They never say you're welcome.
No.
If I just say I need to know the weather, real quickly,
or can you give me directions to such and such, and they'll do it, and I'll say thank you, and I'll say please.
They should put that in.
They should. I know. I like that. I mean,
it's a nice little touch.
I try to be polite to it.
I'll tell you, I think so much of it is about when these things first came out, it was like, how much are you listening? Mm-hmm. So now, as soon as it thinks you're done, it just cuts it off.
Do you think so? You don't?
I don't know.
I'd like for it to say, have some pleasantries to it. That lady's wanting to watch the Waltons on CW and couldn't get there.
So explain to me, because I don't, not to sound like Chris Demm, but her Amazon is hooked up to her television?
I guess.
Well, now they make like an Amazon TV. That, yes, you can.
You just tell it.
Yeah, the newest commercial I keep seeing is the new TV, and I bet, in an effort to help her, they probably got her one of those.
They did,
and that's not helping her.
This is what you need, Chris Demm. You can just tell the TV what you want. You don't have to go pushing buttons.
So what we need is one of you to make a video of me being incompetent. Then the big corporation will take pity on me for being incompetent and give me something that I can't operate.
That's correct.
Yes.
We can hope.
When we got, remember I had it wired up for surround sound. Now I've got speakers here and there.
That must be nice.
And
very 90s of you.
It's let me tell you, when I watched Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm sure it came through, didn't it?
Man.
You hear those feet stomping.
I heard like horses behind me and everything, and a whinny off to the side, and be like, what's going on? Sometimes my wife hates it now. She thinks we're being attacked. Every time something happens, she's like, what's going on?
It's too good.
It is. It really is good. But it's got that device in it, the Amazon device.
The assistant?
Yes, and so sometimes when I say a word, like anything that sounds like that, like next, if I say next, it'll go, all of a sudden the TV will turn off, or this audio will go away and go, boop, boop. It'll like, what can I help you with,
Oh,
Yeah, it'll do that. And no, it's too invasive. It's like it's listening all the time, you know.
But it's key to hear that word.
Yes, I know. Yeah, that's exactly right. But I say I'd say once a week, I say something. Just in talking with my wife, you know, I might say sex, and it'll hear it, you know, because if it rhymes with
Dude, not tonight.
Would you like RedTube again? Dude.
It knows, doesn't it?
You gotta be really
Cheerleaders again. Voyeur.
Dude. I'll find cheerleaders on RedTube. Your favorite.
Stupid thing.
What are you watching? What is this?
Then you got to start struggling with it. You get the
Yeah, then you get too far.
I mean, really, then yeah.
She walks in the room.
Whew, you've gone too far. Exactly right.
Dude, lock doors.
Too much technology.
Is it?
There's just too much darn technology out there. Like this woman, and I cannot believe it's gone this far. There's a woman named Stephanie Matto. She's a reality star. She was on a show called 90 Day Fiancé, and she was on TikTok telling people how she sells bottles of her own flatulence in a glass mason jar, and she is selling them for $1,000 a piece, and she's made $90,000. This is what people are buying. That's what she says.
Cannot believe this.
That's what she says.
And I know this girl.
You know her.
I know the show. I know the show at least.
90 Day Fiancé, and she says she gets up, eats beans, protein muffins, hard-boiled eggs, and a protein shake, and within 30 minutes, she's able to fill several mason jars, and then she drops little flower petals in there, seals it really tight, and puts them up online to buy for $1,000 because she's a celebrity. This will beat your Cameo all day.
Yeah.
And people are actually buying them. And she says the reason people buy them...
Now, why do people buy my farts in a jar? I honestly think it's because I have a really good personality, and also because I'm hot.
She's attractive.
Uber attractive.
Helps.
Gorgeous. She's gorgeous. But who would have ever thought that in this year you could sell your flatulence, I don't like that other word,
Right. Yeah.
in a jar for $1,000? And 90 people have done it. She's made
not shocked
$90,000.
by it.
You're not surprised by that?
No, I saw this story that she was doing this. I've never seen her. She was on this 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah.
I watch a show called 90 Day The Single Life. It's after they break up.
Okay.
And she's one of the people on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell from the start, knowing nothing about her.
Yeah.
I was like, because she also has an OnlyFans where you can see her more, boudoir stuff.
Well, I mean, that's one thing.
That's one thing.
But you're just gas in a jar?
Yeah, but then I saw this story and I thought, I believe it, and I bet guys buy it. So 90,000, not shocked.
Got charged for gas.
Shocked.
No.
That someone would pony up $1,000
$1,000
for an empty glass jar.
glass of jar that has her flatulence in it.
It doesn't.
Really, that's all there.
It's just an empty glass jar.
It's a mason jar.
I am not shocked because men are dumb.
But isn't it?
No doubt, but that's really beyond dumb.
I mean, isn't that statement sad that you're not surprised that somebody would pay $1,000?
Absolutely, it's a sad statement. But when I saw this, I thought, yeah, I believe it.
I mean, there are hungry people in this world. That's $90,000.
yeah,
That's
come on.
$90,000.
That doesn't even get close to that.
But
Yeah,
some
that
people are into that
makes no
bodily
sense.
function thing. But $1,000 for a jar.
That's as close as these guys, I would assume mostly men, can get to her. Whether it's that or underwear that she's worn, possibly. I mean, people sell
Even
anything.
that. Even that's
I
tangible.
understand.
That's tangible.
That's tangible.
But
This
people
is-
like to be degraded.
But this is.
That's true.
Sometimes people like to
Do
be
you think
degraded.
that people, when they get it, put it on their face?
It's the first thing they do when they open
What
the
else are you
box.
gonna
Oh,
do with
yeah.
it?
And then
Of
they
course.
with it.
Oh, they with it.
Yeah, of course.
Gross. That's
Yeah.
so gross.
Oh, yeah. Look, I guarantee you, I have no doubt that she will make her numbers will only skyrocket now because more people hear about this. Right now, you are going, I can't believe this. But there's people hearing this right now, Googling her and going, let me get the debit card ready.
Oh, that's so gross to with something like that.
Dude, buy more mason jars.
Would you like another gross of mason jars?
Look, the human race will spend $1,000 on a fart and complain about the price of pickles all in the same breath.
Right.
Or on the same
or
minute.
gasoline
Yeah.
or whatever it might
Yes,
be.
absolutely.
That'll buy $1,000 will buy you 20 tanks of gasoline. Come on.
Water and air is free. You got to charge for
Yeah.
gas.
And gas. And that air is not free. It's $1,000 a jar.
I hate to ruin it, but if any men think they have a shot with her, they don't.
No.
Of course not.
Because
not.
she's not interested in men either.
She's Really?
Yes.
Did you hear the voice change?
Yeah.
She's. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. At least on the single life part.
Google farting
Yeah.
single woman.
And you ready for this? Her whole episode or her whole series that's with her right now is her losing, which I think is hilarious, her losing her celibacy.
Okay.
She's been celibate for 2 years since she broke it up off with her fiance.
I just cannot have that pop up on there. I can't have that pop up on my
Find
device.
me the lesbian farter.
Yeah.
The celibate lesbian farter.
I'm having
There
trouble.
can't be
finding-
that many.
I found celibate lesbian farter for you. I can't do it.
Cross-reference it with mason jars,
Yeah.
please.
Most
I found 6 matches.